Hello student of grade 9, today we'll do exercise 14.1 statistic introduction exercise 14.1. Okay, so what is data? You're doing this from the very childhood, from class 3 I guess. Data is nothing but collection of information, or we can say collection of facts or figures with definite reason or purpose are called data. Okay, collection of any facts or figures with definite purpose are called data. There are two types of data. One is primary data and the other one is secondary data. Now primary data is when the information is collected by the investigator, by you, by suppose a data is collected by you, by yourself, then this type of data is called primary data. Suppose you are asked to collect the height of the children in your class, so 20 students in your class. That means you will go by yourself and measure the height. That is called primary data. Okay, or number of absentees in each day in your class for a month, you can record it every day. That is collecting by yourself. That is called primary data. So first hand collection of data is called primary data, and the second hand collection of the data is called secondary data. I'm just saying second hand. Okay, when the information is gathered from a source which already had the information stored. Suppose you are collecting a recorded data. If you are collecting a recorded data, then it is called a secondary data. So recorded data can be temperature of each day of the month. From where you will collect this temperature of each day of the month? From the newspaper. That means it's already recorded and you're collecting by yourself, or not by yourself, you're collecting from the newspaper. So when you collect a recorded data, this is called a secondary data. That means you are collecting a data made by someone. That is called a secondary data, or which is already recorded. Clear? This is called secondary data. Now exercise 14.1, when you go through the question, please write the definitions and everything with example. Okay, when you go to question number 14.1, first question is give 5 examples of data that you can collect from day-to-day life. So it's up to you. Okay, I'm just giving my example. You can give your own example, no problem. The first one I just wrote height of each student of your class. That is, you're going to this is a collection of information. Or temperature of each day during the month, collection of information. Or number of languages a student of your class knows. Number of train travel from Dimapur to Guwahati. We don't know how many trains are traveling, so number of train travels from Dimapur to Guwahati. Tribes community of our class. Particular student belong to which tribes or community. So these are all collection of information or collection of data. Okay, now in this 5, in question number 2 they are asking classify the data in question number 1 above as primary or secondary. So you have to identify which one is primary. So height of a student, each student of your class, that means you're going and collecting by yourself, that is primary. I'll just write P. Okay, but you do in question number 2. Okay, I'm just doing here. Second is temperature of each day during the month. You can collect from the newspaper only, so that is secondary data. Third one is number of languages a student of our class knows. That is, you're going to collect by yourself, so that can be primary data. Number of train travel from Dimapur to Guwahati. That means you have to go through the internet, or you have to go in the railway station and collect data from the station. But we get all the information in internet, so this can be secondary data. Tribes and community of our class. I think you won't get this record anywhere, so you have to collect by yourself. This will be primary data. Okay, so I have classified which one is primary and which one is secondary. So you can pause the video and write everything. In short, when you're writing the answer of question number 2, you can say number 1 primary, primary data. Number 2, secondary data, because second is secondary, isn't it? Number 3 is primary data. Number 4 is secondary data. Like that you can write. Okay, thank you. Pause the video.